Welcome, everyone, back to the X Factor Sports Network NFL edition. Don't be a star. Don't be a superstar. Around here, we're changing the game because we are X Factors. I'm one of your hosts, Fred Wiseman, joined as always by my beautiful co-host, Troy Coomer. Troy, how we doing today, baby?
Another day, another dollar.
Another day, man.
Ever since Sunday, I have been so excited for this.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I do too. I think we'll get into that a little bit later. But just to kind of recap our records, last week Fred went 9-4. I went 11-2.
Ooh.
So our record is all knotted up at 31-12. So
it's pretty good, man.
Yeah, I was about to say pretty great records if you do say so ourselves, pat ourselves on the back. And so I mean, without further ado, let's just dive right into week 8. It's crazy to think that we're already in week 8 of the NFL season. Maybe it seems like yesterday that we were just getting underway. So week 8 kicks off tonight. The Packers go on the road and play the Cardinals. This game has kind of been riddled with injuries. On the Cardinals side, D-Hop's on the injury report. J.J. Watt is potentially facing a season-ending shoulder injury. Another season derailed by injuries for him. And the Packers faced with a ton of COVID issues. Alan Lazard, Devontae Adams, just to name two, and David Bakhtiari, I don't believe is back yet. Their rookie center is also still, I believe, hurt. So I mean, this game has kind of gotten riddled by injuries. The Cardinals are 6.5-point favorites. Fred, who you got?
Yeah, man, I think just because of all those COVID cases, especially missing a guy like Devontae Adams, who is that X factor, the X receiver. And obviously Aaron Rodgers' favorite receiver by far this year. So I'm gonna go Arizona here. I know there's a lot of guys on the injury report for them, but I think what Kyler's done in the mix of Chase Edmonds and James Conner has been an awesome surprise for them.
Yeah.
So I think actually the running game this week is going to hold true for them. Packers are a great team when it comes to defending the pass, but defending the run this year has been a little weak for them, and I think that the Cardinals exploit that this week and get the job done. So I'm gonna go Cards.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking about this to myself in my car today. I was like, man, the Cardinals are literally like a Madden franchise team that you build. You got your stud quarterback that can run and can throw. You got your dual threat running backs with your power back and your speed back. Then you got your star receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. You got an aging veteran, AJ Green, that is still, that mid-level 84 overall that gets the job done on the edge. Then you got your slot gadget guys like, the Christian Kirks and the Rondell Moore. And then you just traded for an aging former all-pro tight end in Zach Ertz. It's really, really crazy how this Cardinal team came about. I mean, James Conner, he was a star running back for the Steelers for a little over a season, where he was dominating carries and yards and touchdowns. Like he was absolutely a workhorse. So it's nice seeing all these pieces come together, and the Cardinals are just unbelievable in every sense. And Kyler Murray is really, going undervalued because I think we're just starting to get kind of like the Lamar Jackson effect. We're just getting so used to it. But yeah, dude, the Cardinals roll. I think I don't know if it's much of a game. I think it's fun for viewers because you get to see A-Rod and Kyler face off. But outside of that, I think the Cardinals roll.
Yeah, I think it's a shame that Devontae's out for this game, and even Lazard. I think missing those two guys is going to affect that game because it's a 7-0, 6-1 matchup, man.
Yeah, the Cardinals. The Cardinals have 7 wins, and 6 of them they've scored over 30 points. So it's incredible. Like. It's gonna be one of those games, man, where if the Packers can't keep points off the board, they need Devontae, but they won't have him, and that could hurt. But I expect a big game from Randall Cobb and those boys. So I mean, they'll be fine. But I mean, whenever you got A-Rod, you can really throw anybody out there. He's proven that before.
Yep.
But on to the Sunday slate, a team that I'm really, really excited. If we had a team of the week, this team would have ran away with the award, almost like Jamar Chase did on an 82-yard slant route that he cribbed. The Bengals, they go on the road to the New York Jets. If there is any indication of a potential sleeper game or a game where you could look over You got the Browns next week. The Bengals are rolling high. They're getting media attention out of nowhere. Media outlets were saying how the Bengals were overvalued because of their they didn't have a big win and yada, 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 lost to the Bears or whatever. And now they dominate the Ravens. Now it's all of a sudden they're America's sweetheart. You got a lot of interviews going on, taking place. And like I said, national media outlets are all over the Bengals, claiming they're the best team in the AFC North, saying they're going to do this and that. And Fred, I kind of want to hear your input because, like I said last week, you're kind of like the non-bias when it comes to the Bengals. For those that don't know, I'm a huge Bengal fan. So I kind of want to hear your input on this game. Now, the Jets are without Zach Wilson, but kind of your input here.
Yeah, Mike White's a decent quarterback for the New York Jets. WKU alum. Go Tops. But yeah, man, it's so cool to watch the Bengals perform. I've been a huge Steeler fan, obviously, my whole life. It's what I've known. And, in the past, the Bengals haven't, they made the playoffs for those years straight with Dalton and the boys and AJ Green, where they were consistently making the playoffs, but they just couldn't get over that hump. But I mean, this team just feels different. You know what I mean? And they're taking teams and just putting them into the ground. Like, I mean, Joe Burrow is a franchise quarterback. Not saying Andy Dalton wasn't, but you can tell Joe Burrow has something he doesn't. And Jamar Chase, man. I mean, you look at duos around the league. You got A-Rod, Devontae, Kyler, D-Hop. I mean, Burrow and Jamar Chase are up there, and this is Joe Burrow's second year, Jamar Chase's first year in the league. So, I mean, as a Bengals fan, you have to be excited at what you got. And their defense, every week I harp on their defense. They've stepped up every week. I think they dominate the Jets here. I don't think the Jets even have a sliver of hope here. I think, again, Zach Wilson, I'm not going to judge him off 1 year, but, he's looked really rough this year. He's not playing this week, obviously. And I'd like to see Michael Carter get some more touches, but again, really happy for Cincinnati fans. They definitely deserve it in all aspects of sports. So, it's coming from a Steelers fan. So, but of course, I hope Pittsburgh ends up sparking and winning the North. But anyway, sorry. But yeah, Bengals by a lot.
Yeah. We
can talk about the Bengals all day, man. They're fun. It's a fun team to watch. Like, they're fun.
Real quick, just to kind of vent as a Cincinnati sports fan. I mean, you got to watch the Reds kind of go through their final stretch of the season and kind of fumble a huge opportunity, because their offense was incredible. And to see the young Bengals surrounded and a lot of their moves go under the radar because the Bengals as in general have a like the media views them as a team that doesn't spend money, right? Whenever you look at their last few years, you're like, wait, they are spending money, but they're signings that could go under the radar, but are now being shown. Everybody thought we overpaid for Trey Hendrickson. And that dude's constantly winning on the line.
Yeah.
Sam Hubbard, we re-signed him. He's doing a great job. Our third-round pick, Joseph Asasi, he is hurt and will be back at some point, and he'll boost the D-line. DJ Reader, who was hurt all of last year. Obviously, the sprinkle of Trey Wayne sucks, but it is what it is. But Chidobe Awuzie, Eli Apple, Mike Hilton, like they've brought in these guys, Von Bell. They brought in these guys, and it's gone under the radar. But Zach Taylor has done such a good job of building a culture in Cincinnati. And I'm sorry to go on a little rant here, but it's just so nice to see. I have been on the Zach Taylor bandwagon for quite some time. You've known that. Me and you, any conversation, I've gone to war for Zach Taylor. I'm like, give this guy a couple more draft classes. I think he's a year ahead of schedule, if I'm being completely honest. I did not expect it this year.
I think people expect Jamar Chase to be like this. I'm not saying they didn't expect him to be good, but I'm saying they didn't expect him to explode. Like,
dude's close. Is like 2 games away from being a 1,000-yard receiver as a rookie. And it's just,
I just had Green Bay's stats pulled up and, looking at him and Devontae side to side, I'm like, okay, they look very similar.
Cooper Kupp is the number 1 receiver in the NFL. He has 34 more targets than Jamar Chase, who is second.
Yeah, Kupp's a 10-yard out guy. You know what I'm saying? Jamar Chase is, but Jamar Chase just showed last week he doesn't even have to streak. He'll just catch a slant and make a move, break a tackle, and
All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. I had to rain a little bit. I was excited.
I will say Zach Taylor's done a great job managing stars. I think that's a really hard thing to do in sports is manage stars. And I think all the great coaches are able to do that. Phil Jackson, for example, can manage with the best. So
and
Eric Spoelstra, guys like that.
With the Bengal talk, kind of something that Fred pointed to, this team is different. Joe Burrow is different. His mentality is different. And him as a leader, hearing the way he talks to the guys, hearing the way he talks to the media, I don't know how Cincinnati got so lucky.
Where do they place in the AFC right now? You know,
they're up top. They're king of the hill right now. They're the number one seed in the AFC, and I think they roll into New York.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Hey, this is who we are. This is what we're gonna be, and we get another fun week for the Cincinnati sports fans. And now on to the Panthers on the road to the Falcons. I actually really am excited for this game because I think this could be a big game for both. Are the Falcons, going to push towards a potential playoff berth? Or are the Panthers finally going to turn a corner? Maybe get Stephon Gilmore in there and their defense looks more legit and be anchored by does Sam Darnold finally step up? Fred, what do you think?
I'm going to go Falcons here, man. Sam Darnold's been so disappointing these last few weeks. Every week, I'm just like, he's been so disappointing these last game. 2 games, 3 games, 4 games now. It's just, his stats just stick to where they've been. He got benched last week. And the Falcons are fun, man. They've got awesome guys to get behind. They're playmakers. Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts, to name a few. Great running back duo, and Cordell Patterson and 1 point Mike Davis. But,
1 point Mike Davis. Jesus.
I had to throw that in there. I know Christian McCaffrey's not back, but golly, Sam Darnold, do something, bud. I mean, you got to do something. After that hot start and Carolina's hype, talking about getting a Deshaun Watson, come on, dude. Take your reins, go get a win. Not here, though. I got Atlanta. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a fun game, like you alluded to.
Yes.
So I'm going to go with Falcons here.
Yeah, and we you say hot start, right? They got 3 wins. Now you may ask yourself, who were those 3 wins against? Well, one was to the Jets.
It's a good football team.
In week 1, so Sam Darnold and Robert Sala's first game. Week 2,
it was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, 19-14.
Yeah.
Week 2, they dominated the Saints. The Saints played the worst offensive game, I think. They didn't even give Alvin Kamara the ball. Whatever. Week 3, they destroyed the Texans on Thursday Night Football. So it's like you beating the Texans and the Jets.
Yeah.
As 2 of your 3 wins. So really, they're 1-4, if you ask me.
I mean, they're dead last in their division.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I'm going Falcons. I think the Falcons dominate this game from the opening jump. I think they're just a better football team, if I'm going to be honest. I just think they're better all around. I like their coach. And I just like the direction that I'm starting to see the Falcons trend toward.
Yeah, and I mean, they started off really bad. They lost the Eagles by a lot, then lost the Buccaneers by a lot. And yeah, granted, their wins are against the Giants, the Jets, and the Dolphins. But still, I mean, I think they've showed a lot of promise, especially that offense.
Yeah, Matt Ryan's been very, very productive. So
1,700, 12 titties, and 4.
This is by far probably their toughest defensive matchup.
Yeah, I mean that Carolina defense is still good, for sure. And Stephon Gilmore, when he gets back, is just gonna,
Yeah. Okay. So this next game, it's I don't think it's anything to really even talk about. The Dolphins on the road to Buffalo. Buffalo's 13.5-point favorites. They're one of the best teams, if not the best team in the AFC. Defense, offensively. Where are you going?
I'm gonna disagree with the best team in the AFC right now, and we'll get to that team that I think is. I think Tua showed a couple flashes the last couple games. I think he's played fairly well, put up some pretty good numbers, but Bills are too good, man. Josh Allen's a franchise quarterback, and Stephon Diggs does his thing. I think Knox being out these next couple weeks is big for them. I think he's been a really nice security blanket for Josh Allen, but they're going against the Dolphins. That defense is horrendous.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to really say regarding these 2 teams. So I'm going to go Bills by a lot.
Yeah, the Dolphins are one of the most disappointing teams this season. To go on the verge of a playoff berth. Now you're 1-6, staring 1-7 right in the face. It's just
6 straight losses. I mean, that's just
not a good look.
Yeah, terrible.
So Bills roll. 49ers go on the road to Chicago. This is honestly one of the weirdest games of the early window here. 2-4 49ers, 3-4 Bears. This is, I mean, virtually, in my opinion, a pick'em game. I'm not even sure, who has the edge, but Fred, what do you think?
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Justin Fields stinks. Go 49ers. Allen Robinson, I'll trade for you, bud. Can I help in some way get you out of there?
Yeah. Dude,
anyway, Justin Fields is not it right now. He's a rookie, whatever. Give him another year, sure. Yeah. Is it because of Matt Nagy's play calling? I don't know. But I'm going 49ers. Eli Mitchell's cool and Deebo Samuel's great. So
yeah, no Khalil Mack for the Bears either.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so I'm kind of with you here. One thing I will say is Justin Fields does not stink. And real quick on Allen Robinson. For those of you that followed us last year, you know how big of a fan I am of Allen Robinson.
He's so talented.
If you followed us through the NBA podcast, you'll know I was a huge fan of guys by the name of like Bradley Beal, Nikola Vucevic, guys that I went on record and pleaded to get freed. Allen Robinson, for the love of the Lord, please don't sign another contract with the Chicago Bears. Please. That's all I ask.
Look at the quarterbacks he's had thrown to him.
It's awful. Nick Foles. Cool.
Blake Bortles.
Cool.
I could be a bet. Dude, come on.
Mitchell Trubisky. I'm a fan.
Come to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I mean, what? You played college ball at Penn State, man. Come on, man. Right down the road ski.
But whatever. We'll move on. Now, this game's interesting.
So you went 49ers there?
Yeah, 49ers. It's not much of a game, in my opinion. The 3-3 Steelers on the road to play Cleveland. Arguably, no, this is probably the biggest game in the AFC North of the week. It's not even close. This game, I'll let you kind of dive into it. Browns are 3.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
Steelers, they're coming off a bye, I do believe. And, I mean, they got one of the best coaches in the NFL. Should be a fun game. Where are you going?
Love Mike Tomlin, by the way, what he had to do with the media this week. That was awesome. That's my coach. Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game, especially against going to Cleveland, the dog pound. So I'm going to go Cleveland here. I think Nick Chubb is playing this week, is what I read. Do you know?
I'm not sure. I do know that I think he's limited, and as well, Baker Mayfield is trying to practice. I don't know how smart that is.
I'm still going to go Cleveland here. I think maybe when Cleveland comes back to Hines, we'll talk. I'll probably have a different answer, but I think Cleveland's still a good football team, regardless if Baker Mayfield's under center or not. And I think they're good.
Gets the job done. Case Keenum gets the job done.
Yeah, I mean, all he has to do is hand the ball off to either Ernest Johnson or Nick Chubb this week. So, and I think the Steelers' defense is a little suspect. So, I'm gonna go Cleveland here.
I didn't think we were going to disagree. I'm going Steelers. I understand Kevin Stefanski is a really, really good coach, right? But all the injuries, Case Keenum should be getting first team reps. Baker Mayfield should not be on the field. That's just
he is
not smart for this kid to be risking his shelf life as a quarterback. It's not smart, especially whenever you haven't gotten your money. And the Steelers, like I said, coming off a bye, and I watched them on Sunday Night Football. TJ Watt he's good at football. Is unbelievable.
If you've asked yourself why the Steelers paid him so much money, just go watch him play.
Go watch Sunday Night Football. Go watch him against Seattle. He won them the game. I literally texted Fred. I said, dude, this guy literally just won you guys a game, and
he won us the Buffalo game too. So
yeah, he's literally a defensive end winning football games for his team. I mean, the Browns' offensive line, they're a little beat up. Baker's beat up. Their running backs are beat up. Their wide receivers are beat up. Like, the Steelers, all signs are indicating, like, hey, Steelers, this is your chance to get it up. Now, Chase Claypool is on the injury report for, like, some groin. He was a limited participant, so that would honestly probably change my opinion if he's deemed out. Then you just don't have a lot of options to throw the football to. But I'm going to go Steelers, man. I like them as dogs here. Off the bye. Give me Mike Tomlin, man. Give me Mike Tomlin off the bye. Anyway, on to the weirdest game of the slate. Eagles 2-5 on the road to play Detroit. Where are you going?
We'll go Detroit here, man. Let's get their first win, huh?
I love
Eagles
it.
let me down upset of the week last week. So, yeah, I think their offense is actually fairly decent. I don't know what version of Jared Goff will get this week. Hopefully a good version. DeAndre Swift looks awesome out of the backfield, and Jamal Williams is running the heck out of the football.
Yes.
Eagles, Jalen Hurts is very suspect. I know I keep using that word. I think Devontae Smith's been a really good rookie. I think if it wasn't for Jamar Chase lighting it up this year, he probably would get more recognition. But
yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna go Detroit here, get their first win. At home at Ford Field.
Yeah, Devontae Smith's actually he's like a reliable wide receiver. You know, he's not going to pop off the stat sheet because he's not one to break, big streak routes. And honestly, you kind of
alluded. He did win a Heisman. Yeah, I mean, he's all right.
Yeah, I'm going to go the Eagles. I love what the Lions are doing. I really, really do. I'm a
Dan Campbell.
Dude, I'm a huge DeAndre Swift fan.
Yeah, he's good.
He's
a leading receiver.
He reminds me so much of Alvin Kamara. He's not the most elite runner between the tackles, but you get him out in open space, you get him the ball on little swing routes, check downs. He could run legit routes. I'm obsessed with the kid. But yeah, I think the Eagles are too much now. They will probably be without Miles Sanders. But Jalen Hurts, this feels like one of those games where he could have one of those okay, maybe he is a good quarterback type games, And
I think that'll be pretty much his career.
Prolonging the inevitable of him not being a starting quarterback in the NFL.
But I think that Kenneth Gainwell kid's pretty good. That they
I like Gainwell. He's also another really solid receiving running back. He's just really
They're at a premium in the NFL now, man.
Dude,
you have to be able to catch football.
I love it. And Derrick Henry, we haven't talked about him a lot. He's kind of starting to step into being more of a receiver. It's awesome. But anyway, the next game is the Rams, who kind of got out schemed by the Lions last week on the road to the Houston Texans. I think they'll be prepared. I'm just going to jump right in. They're going to beat the Texans by 55.
I'm going to go Lions by 56.
You mean Rams?
I'm going to go Rams by 56.
There you go.
Cooper Kupp's great. Texans just traded Mark Ingram today.
So were the Lions your upset of the week?
No.
Okay.
No.
Interessante.
It's coming.
All right. So we'll go to a more interesting game. This is my game of the week. It's the Titans. They go on the road to play the Colts.
Yeah,
I love this game for the 1:00 window. They're in the same division, the AFC South. Both teams are coming off of really solid wins. The Colts in the monsoon found a way to get it done. Jonathan Taylor continues to show why he's one of the best backs in the NFL, other than one minor oopsie daisy, giving up the football, a little fumble. But nonetheless,
this big skin on the ground.
Real quick, my upset of the week: the Indianapolis Colts will pull off the upset against the Tennessee Titans and win on Sunday.
This is my upset of the week too.
Titans are rolling too high, man. Bills and
they're the best team in the AFC.
Who is?
Titans.
And you got them getting upset?
Yeah, man. Every squirrel finds a nut. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Every dog has a day. John Taylor's good, man. He's like a linebacker at the running back position. He's great. Carson Wentz, man, 1,711 tuts, one oopsie daisy, still got it rocking. So Michael Pittman, man. Hey, Michael Pittman, you're a good football player. Yeah. I like you. T.Y. Hilton, welcome back.
And stay healthy for the love of God.
Defense played great. Derrick Henry. All right.
Dude, this game's gonna be so much fun.
Oh, it's gonna be a great game. I'll have the Steelers on the big screen. Maybe put the laptop off its side.
That without a doubt. Honestly, outside of the Bengal game, which hopefully is a blowout, I'll be able to really focus in on this game because these are two of the best running backs in the NFL going head to head. and
Oh,
two
yeah.
run-heavy teams. So,
Yeah, I think it's actually good, man. Great win last week.
now on to the 4 o'clock window.
Yay.
The New England Patriots on the road to play the Chargers. Chargers coming to the game 5-point favorites. The Patriots are one of those teams that have been so weird this year. They're hard to figure out. But one big thing I want to talk about, we've kind of been hitting on running backs. Damian Harris has really started stepping into his own as, hey, I'm the running back of the future here. And normally the Patriots are hard to figure out with running backs, especially as like a fantasy football guy who's always tried to solve the mystery of the Patriot backfield.
I feel like they have 5 every game.
They line them up so weirdly in different spots. But Damian Harris has really stepped into that role. This game could be a lot of fun, but I'm interested to see where you go here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers. I do love Damian Harris, pride of Richmond, Kentucky. Shouts out. Remember him committing to Alabama. Sad day. But yeah, man, I think the Chargers have to bounce back here. They're at home. I think Justin Herbert flings it all over the place, and I don't think that Patriots defense is as good as years past. Obviously, losing some key pieces. Eckler's so good at football. Mike Williams has looked phenomenal this year. That defense gives up a lot of rushing yards, so literally the last in the league in rushing yards given up. So I think Damian Harris runs the ball well, but I think they shut Mac Jones down. I think that's enough to get a win. I think it's going to be close, but I got Chargers here.
Yeah, dude. The Patriots are pretty beat up. If I do remember in my head, like their DBs are kind of, dwindling. I think the Chargers will just take the top off. They're coming off a bye. I think they'll have such a good game plan. Their coach seems like a really solid coach, and so I'm excited for that one.
Well, they're coming off that terrible outing against the Ravens too.
Dude, they've had a bad taste in their mouth, man.
So they got to be chomping at the bitski.
Yeah. So, and they'll be at home against Bill Belichick. What a time. What a time.
Checkmeister, huh?
Yeah. So the Jaguars go on the road to play Seattle. The Seattle Seahawks are still favorites in this game, despite, what they've shown with Geno as the man. But who are you rocking here, man? This is another weird one.
I'm going to go wow. I'm going with the Jags, baby. Best Josh Allen in the league. You heard. Yeah, man. I think Trevor Lawrence is a big game. Of course, James Robinson's awesome at football. That Seahawks offense is something to look at there with Geno Smith under center, West Virginia's finest. You dig? But until Russell Wilson comes back, I don't think it's worth watching the Seahawks game. So, I'm gonna go Jaguars here, man.
I'm gonna go Seahawks. I really am.
12th man, you say?
Dude. I've picked against the Jags quite a bit.
Hey, this game's gonna be fun, right? I mean, this is gonna be what everybody's gonna be watching. It's prime time. Getting it?
Yeah.
Surprised Seahawks don't have another primetime game. Gave them 13 in a row.
Yeah, dude, they gave back to back. Like the week Russell Wilson gets hurt, then they have 2 straight primetime. It's like,
hey man, flex a game or two, huh?
Yeah, dude, for real. Be flexible.
Getting it?
Whatever. On the way to Washington, going on the road to play the Denver Broncos. This 4 o'clock slate seems a little dry to me.
Last week.
I'm gonna go Broncos.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Broncos as well. Cool. Football team's defense terrible. All right, next question.
Yeah, the Buccaneers. Buccaneers.
Good game.
The GOAT on the road to New Orleans to play somehow, some way the 4-2 Saints. Their offense is abysmal, but their defense is intriguing.
Hey, who called Jameis last week and told him Alvin Kamara was still on the team? Do you know? Did you text them or call them or leave a voicemail?
Dude, I did.
You kidding me?
I'm just glad. I'm just glad they realized they have one of the best football players on the earth on their team.
James, you'll look decent. Just give him the ball. He'll do all the rest. You kidding me?
He looked awful. Can I say that?
Who, Jameis Winston?
Yes.
Yeah, he's not that good.
He looked terrible.
No, he's like better than like Geno Smith.
35. 19 to 35.
It's Cal Gilkey numbers. The reference on the memes really now.
22 yards. Like, they got Alvin Kamara 30 touches.
He should have had more.
He probably should have. Like,
he's good at football.
Now they did trade for Mark Ingram, so
watch out.
Mark Ingram is a huge locker room guy for the Saints team. Former Saint, now he's coming back.
Who day?
They're not beating the Buccaneers, respectfully. Go Bucks.
Tom Brady's MVP. Next question. Bucks by a ton. They're gonna go to New Orleans and just rock their world.
Okay, Sunday Night Football. This is honestly a pretty nice game. The Dallas Cowboys 5-1 go on the road to the Minnesota Vikings 3-3. The Cowboys are favored by 1.5. Seems like an interesting spread.
Very interesting.
But anyway, does Vegas know something that we don't? Probably.
They probably do.
But since I am a betting man and I like the Cowboys, I will bet on the Cowboys and pick them today. The Cowboys will not only win this game, they will score 38 points. They will hold the Vikings to 24.
Stop the cap.
38-24. Cowboys. Roll.
This is Fred's Game of the Week. Game of the Week, primetime Sunday Night Football. Got the Minnesota Vikings up against the Cowboys. I'm going to go with the home team here. Kirk Cousins and the boys.
Okay.
Vikings, they win it 41-38. Last second field goal. Jamar Jefferson's good at football. Hot take, Jamar Chase is going to have a better year than he had last year.
It's not really hot anymore.
It's not hot. It's lukewarm. It's been sitting on the stove for a couple of minutes or two. You know what I mean? It's been sitting on the stove. It's a little warm. It might burn your tongue a little bit. But
sitting on a burner.
Yeah, but I like the Vikings offense, man. They put up a lot of points this year. They haven't. They put up a lot of yards this year. We're 14th in the league. The Cowboys are first in points out. So I don't like that. But yeah,
tough, man.
The Cowboys are awesome this year, but I do like the Vikings in this. I think the Vikings are going to surprise a lot of people the rest of the year. Kirk Cousins is good at football. Changed my mind.
Vikings will not surprise a lot of people.
Okay. Because they're going to be good.
I completely disagree.
Hey, at least we have the Sunday night game to keep us in line for the Monday night. Yeah.
Monday Night Football. The Giants. 2-5 Giants go on the road to play the 3-4.
Oh, I can't wait to rant about the Chiefs. Continue.
Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs are favored by 9.5 points.
That's it.
And I mean, this game, prime time. I mean, 2 below 500 teams, 2 way below average defenses. Jabril Peppers will not play for the Giants.
It's unfortunate.
Well, Fred, go ahead, rant.
Hey, the Chiefs, newsflash, not good at football. What's going on here? Patty Mahomes, 9 oopsie daisies? He's probably had 9 oopsie days in the last 3 years of his career. That defense,
abysmal.
I think a high school team could go put up some points against them. Like, what is it, Troy? Why this year is it not working? That's the question. Leave it in the comments. Somebody tell me. I don't know. I'm at a loss. Patrick Mahomes looks awful. It's like he's lost. Are people figuring him out? I don't know.
Do they practice?
I don't know.
Because, like,
dude beats me.
They're not prepared for like anything that a team throws at them, and they look super lost on offense. Like
Patrick Mahomes looks lost.
They just look lost. Like Patty Mahomes is like trying too hard to be conservative, but then make the big plays. And it's like, bro, just be you. Like, like what got you here was being you, making the flashy play, making the like stupid play to most people, but it somehow works because that's Patrick Mahomes.
You give a guy $500 million and he starts losing.
Poor guy's losing on and off the field. We'll just leave it at that. Homeboy's got a rough.
What do you mean by that?
There's no need to get into it.
Shouts out Drewski.
Yeah, but poor guy.
Hey, we won't get into it.
Hot take of the week.
Oh,
are we ready? Daniel Jones will outperform Patrick Mahomes on Monday Night Football and lead the Giants to a huge upsetting win. And people all across the country will be selling their stock on the Chiefs and getting out of town with that. And there you go. There's my hot take.
My
Giants.
Chiefs still winning it, but that's a hot take. Okay. Hey, man, I hope it happens, honestly. I'm going to go Chiefs here, but I hope the Giants just kick their teeth in. At
Daniel
home,
Jones, 4 passing touchdowns. Book it.
That's it? Imagine. That's like 6.
1 running, 4 throw.
Oh, my. Get him on your fantasy teams.
Patty sucks. I'm just kidding. I love Patrick Mahomes, man. But
Patrick Mahomes like in the comment section. He's like, what do you mean by that?
yeah.
It's like, guys, I'm trying.
Dude, KC just looks awful.
Yeah, they're not good at football. It's okay, though.
Yeah, so that kind of concludes like the slate, man. It's a really interesting.
Much better than last week. Outside the Bengals raves, it's been the last week was tough. And that Bengals game wasn't even close.
Yeah, this Thursday night football game though should kick off a really should be a nice game.
I wish DA was playing.
I wish they all were, man. I hate injuries. Injuries ruin everything fun.
That's an X factor right there. You know what I'm saying? That's an X factor.
Yeah. So on to what has become one of Fred's most dominant sections.
Listen to me, man. Just put them in your lineups. I haven't yet. I should.
Last week was actually one of our closer matchups.
Well, week 1, I'd put an injured player in there, so I don't even have a chance.
Yeah. So last week, Fred chose Alan Lazard. Alan Lazard had 5 receptions, 60 yards, and a touchdown for 17 points. I chose Van Jefferson, who had 4 receptions, 43 yards, and a tut. So that was 14.3 points. He had some rushing yards in there as well. So
maybe we know a thing or two.
Maybe we do.
I'd listen to us. We're smart cookies.
So, and again, just to reiterate, Fred is 2-1. I am 1-2. I'm really excited for this week. I have a guy that you'll know of.
Is he weird?
He's weird to me. Who's yours?
I got a weirdo. 8% owned in fantasy leagues. Love making that known. Going KJ Osborne, Minnesota Viking. Going on the Viking train this week, man. We'll go KJ Osborne. He's wide receiver 3 out there in Minnesota. I think Trevon Diggs gives up 600 yards to Jamar Jefferson, but gets like 8 interceptions. But I think KJ Osborne has a good week. Trust me. I'm good at this. 8% owned in fantasy league, so you probably can pick him up.
So KJ Osborne from the Vikings. He had a pretty good week the last week they played, I do believe. I think
he's had a couple good weeks.
I was about to say, I think he's had a couple. He had that game-winning touchdown against the Panthers. I do know that.
He's tough.
But my guy is also owned by 8%. Whenever you said that, my heart kind of dropped. I was like, oh, God. And we picked the same, but we didn't.
Whom is it?
He's wide receiver 77 on the year.
Can you say what team?
The New York Football Giants. Darius Slayton.
Oh, my goodness.
Welcome to your prime time moment, young man.
War Eagle. You kidding me? Madden great.
Darius Slayton. I just predicted.
I love it.
You're asking yourself, Troy, why are you so high on the Giants this week? Well, listen, guys, the Chiefs' defense sucks. They're awful.
Not great.
The Giants' offense. Give me Darius Slayton. 8.9% owned.
Go pick him up.
If you're a daily fantasy player.
I'm not.
Darius Slayton.
He was Auburn.
Book it.
I'll book it.
Book it.
Might as well. Is Braxton Barreros in the league? I'll pick him up.
500, baby. We making this 500 around here.
I just hope we all have a good time. Not about wins and losses.
Jesus. Don't be soft.
All right,
my man. Well, that concludes.
Fun episode.
That concludes it, man.
How do you not watch this with a big smile on your face?
I know. We have so much fun making this. Real quick, just shout out to everybody that does watch. We love you. It's a lot of fun doing what we do. Honor and a privilege, as always, to be alongside my buddy here. We
love you, buddy.
I love you too. We take a lot of pride in doing this stuff and having fun and not really getting too stressed about, situations and such. But whatever. Fred, take us home, brother.
Hey, man, can't take life too seriously. Do what you love with the people you love. So what's about? God, I'm spitting facts today. Hey, Viewers, leave a like, subscribe to us, leave a comment, talk some smack to us. We don't bite. We'll snap back though. Hey, don't be a star. Don't be a superstar. Be an X Factor. Change the game. As always, X Factor Sports Nation Network, NFL Talk. Fred Watson, Troy Coomer coming at you live from Warsaw, Kentucky. Likes to Kentucky. We just doxed ourselves, whatever. Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you so much. God bless and peace out.